Hello, you guys. We're back for Soul Frequency Sessions. And this week we're talking about trying new things. And me doing this is trying a new thing. So I'm going to be talking about that. I like to talk about some of the ways that I stretch myself so we all can know that everybody is on the court. Everybody's stretching themselves together. Sometimes we think we're the only one and we may not have all that many friends or family that are doing it. But listen, I'm doing it and I'm here with you. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited you're tuning in on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to the Soul Frequency Show podcast, you can do that at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. But I decided one day to just turn on the video and sit in front of my mic and do the podcast that way. Sometimes I used to do them in my pajamas in front of this mic many times. But hey, I did my hair and I put a little makeup on and here we are. And I love these episodes because life is busy and getting a fast little 5 or 10 minute shift is so valuable to our day. It literally can change how we move through the day. So I enjoy doing these. And I think that there's always valuable lessons in a new perspective. I know that to be true. In my own life and in my coaching business, I've coached hundreds of people one-on-one, and many hundreds more in group programs. And it's an absolute honor to be on a journey with somebody and to share in their life in that way. And to share on this podcast is also kind of a dream of mine, right? To be able to share some of the things that have helped me on my journey and the ways that I've been able to help other people's lives by growing their businesses, by helping them release themselves from things that were not supportive to them anymore or things that maybe never were supportive to them, so they can step into their soul frequency, which is their soul signature energetic frequency, and really start living in a way that feels good to them, that feels aligned to them, that feels like the wind is beneath their wings and they can really go out there in the world and share their gifts. And so there's so many different ways I help people do that. And I usually am working with people that have had success somewhere in their life. They've been great at something, but it hasn't ultimately brought them fulfillment. And I've lived that walk myself. And I can say that it's really frustrating to be successful and not feel fulfilled. It feels like, wait a second, I did everything right here. I did something right. I always thought success was going to bring me fulfillment. And they're actually two different, very different frequencies. So I really love helping people define fulfillment for themselves and be able to step into that, which is what I get to do every day, which is amazing. So here we go for this week's sessions episode. This is Shona Lee, and welcome to this week's The Soul Frequency Sessions. Real talk about real life and how to raise your energy frequency. So we are talking today all about trying new things. And I just started doing this myself. I think I try new things often because I don't want to stagnate. Like if we're not doing new things, we're kind of just resting on our laurels a little bit, which is cool sometimes. But I want to always be stretching myself, right? Like really getting out there and doing new things and pushing the boundaries. I think it's kind of my personality, but I also think it's partially learned. So I think I have challenged myself to break through any fears and to really step up in new ways. So one of the things I decided to try on a whim, by the way, most things I try are on a whim. Like I literally get an idea and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I don't always put a ton of forethought into it. I just kind of jump, which can be good. It can also have its downfalls, but it's tended to work out okay for me in life and in business. And one of the things I am trying out is videotaping me doing these sessions episodes. So I had this idea a while back. I didn't do it right away. I had a lot going on. And then all of a sudden I sat down to do last week's session video and I flipped on the camera And I just recorded it, and I started talking before the actual episode. So I share some extra kind of thoughts and footage on YouTube with the episode that I did last week. And it was fun. So here we are again. We're going to do this. And try new things is kind of my motto. And it's been my motto for a while, and it's really turned out well. So even though it's a little haphazard at times, it's building energetic momentum is what it's doing. It's creating new territory. So every time we try something new, it's going to expand what is possible for us. And I think that is at the core, us just believing that something new is possible. And when we expand, even if we expand haphazardly or it doesn't go exactly as we planned, we are building momentum towards something new and different. And that ultimately is going to create new outcomes. And so I think we get really concerned with the details, and we get really concerned with, oh, how are we going to do it? And we need to do it perfectly. And what's going to happen if I do this? And all of this other stuff that we get, locked up in our mind, and we never take action. And so we never create that energetic momentum. So this is really about a time in life where we have a lot of energy behind us in the world, a lot of energy on the planet that's really calling us to move forward. And I think that we can't make any mistakes with that, really. I mean, as long as we show up and with a great attitude and open heart and open mind, and we just try new things, that it's actually lower risk than we want to believe it is, right? It's sometimes easier to just do something new than to stay stuck, because that is pretty painful, staying stuck. So I really want to challenge you guys to call yourself up to something new. If you want to check out my something new, you can go to my YouTube page and probably see me on video doing this episode. And, is it done perfectly? I don't know. Probably not, but I'm showing up to it. That's the important part. I'm not really considering being perfect or doing it right. How many people want to do it right all the time? I mean, raise your hand if you're I want to do it right person. That'll keep you stuck for a while, right? So we don't want to do that. We just want to get going in life and create that energetic momentum and show up to something new, anything new. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's literally just the momentum that's created because we had a shift in energy by taking a different action, a contrary action to what we've taken before. So if you want to take this on with me, you can let me know. You can DM me on Instagram if you follow me at The Soul Frequency, or go ahead and send an email to info@thesoulfrequency.com if you want to let me know if you took this on this week and tried something new. I love to hear your stories. I love to hear your feedback and your comments. Or even if you checked out my video on YouTube and you liked it, or even if you didn't like it, just let me know. I'm happy to hear about it. Maybe you guys will vote no videos. But either way, it's just about doing new things. And so this has been really fun for me. I'm super excited I'm doing it. And I think if we have fun doing things new, that translates. And so here's to trying new things this week. It's a beautiful week ahead. And I hope you have a wonderful time trying it, being imperfect, doing it anyway, showing up. So excited for you. Sending you all kinds of love. I'll see you back here next week.